Teeski. What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, T, man. And today, we got Michael Jordan underrated years as a Wizard. Now, everybody was saying in that other video, the dude that made the video ain't have his facts all together. You feel me? So I did some digging in the comments. Shout out to Punkum and shout out to Ozone. Y'all both recommended this video, said it's more informational. But we finna learn more about you know what I mean, old Jordan on the Wizards. That's not a problem with me. If it's not a problem with you, we gonna sit down and we gonna watch it together. So go grab your Dr. Kelp, go get you some potato chips, or sit down. Let's watch this. You feel me? I hope y'all been enjoying the Jordan content, man. Keep hitting that like button so I know that y'all rocking with him. You feel me? Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notice, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But without further ado, I ain't gonna keep holding y'all up. Let's get straight into this Jordan. Is y'all ready? Let's get it.
The words Michael Jordan and underrated may seem like ludicrous to have in the same sentence. After all, he is one of the biggest icons in sports history and is recognized by most as the NBA's greatest player of all time. But when it comes to MJ's days with the Wizards, there is no question in my mind that those years are vastly underrated, and I believe by the end of this video, you'll be convinced of it too. When we take a look at Michael Jordan's career as a Chicago Bull, you'll see a resume of winning, excellence, and dominance. He was clearly the best player in the league just about every year he played, and he was the best player on both sides of the ball, just about every time he set foot on the court. This is the ridiculously high standards that Michael had set for himself and that we as the fans had become accustomed to seeing from him. The Michael Jordan we knew in Chicago was always winning either MVPs, championships, or scoring titles. And this is exactly why so many people either underrate or have forgotten completely just how remarkable Jordan's stint was as a Washington Wizard. So what exactly are all the different reasons why people choose to overlook these seasons?
I don't know.
For one, as I just mentioned, the bar was set absurdly high by his Chicago Day standards.
For sure.
Number two,
I got a quick question for y'all. Y'all let me know down in the comments. Was Jordan like? Do y'all think Jordan was the every year that he was on the Bulls? We can exclude like the first couple years because I know he hurt his foot like the second season and the rookie season. We ain't going. It don't really matter. Was he the best year? I mean, best player like in the NBA from like year 3 all the way till he stopped being with the Bulls? Like, was he the best player? Y'all let me know. I don't know. I'm asking y'all. I have no idea. I don't have no say on that.
some believed his return tarnished the perfect ending of his career in Chicago. And number three, the bitter ending of Jordan's relationship with the Washington Wizards organization. After Jordan retired as a player from the Wizards, Jordan assumed that he would be able to return to his front office position as director of basketball operations with the Wizards.
Right.
Unfortunately, that was not the case. Soon after Jordan's retirement as a Wizards player, Washington's Wizards owner Abe Pollin fired Jordan as the team's president of basketball operations. Jordan's previous tenure with the
They fired that nigga because he was talking about pick up Kwame Brown. That nigga was like, "Hey, y'all, I think I just want to be the president." They said, "Nah, hell nah, we ain't forget about Kwame, nigga. You ain't doing that shit no more to us."
The Wizards front office had produced mixed results.
No.
Many of Jordan's decisions as an executive did not pan out, including his decision to draft Kwame Brown straight out of high school, who ended up being a bust and was traded just 4 seasons after Jordan had drafted him.
That nigga sorry.
Jordan later stated that he felt betrayed, and that if he had known that he would be fired upon retiring as a player, he would have never come back to play for the Wizards in the first place. Regardless, Jordan had returned to play 2 years for the Wizards, and despite the fact that those 2 seasons failed to live up to his glory days in Chicago, and despite the fact that those 2 seasons ended in a bitter firing, those seasons were still utterly remarkable, and in my opinion, they are 2 of the most underrated seasons in NBA history. So at this point, sit back and enjoy as I break down the astonishing details about Jordan's underrated years with the Wizards. When Jordan had retired from the Bulls at the end of the 1998 NBA season, Jordan claimed he was 99.9% sure he would never play in the NBA again. As we all know, that 0.1% chance prevailed, and Jordan returned to the game he loved. Jordan's passion for the game was seen immediately upon his return, as he announced that all of his earnings from these upcoming seasons with Washington he would be donating to disaster relief funds for the 9/11 attacks in New York. After being completely
Real nigga.
apart from competitive basketball for 3 full seasons, Jordan was returning as a 38-year-old who was trying to get back into basketball shape. The comeback had plenty of physical obstacles as well. Jordan was heading into his return dealing with tendonitis in his wrist and in both of his knees. During a pickup game that offseason, Ron Artest had broke 2 of Jordan's ribs while playing physical defense on MJ. Jordan would also go on to have fluid drained from his knees multiple times throughout that year.
What the fuck kind of defense do Ron be playing, gang? Broke his ribs in a pickup? Bro, you should not be going that hard in the pickup, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I know I don't care how serious the runs was, how close the game was, y'all was about to lose. Breaking a nigga ribs in open gym runs is insane. You know how hard you have to foul a nigga to break his ribs? Like, come on, bro. I be forgetting he really a menace to society though. Y'all I know y'all remember what he did to my nigga Harden, man.
Michael Jordan was joining a Wizards team who had finished the previous season with the 3rd worst record in the entire NBA at 19-63, despite the fact that they were playing in a much weaker Eastern Conference. They also had the 2nd worst defense in the league in terms of opponents' points per game. They weren't just a lottery team, the Wizards were coming off of their worst season in franchise history. The deck was stacked against him, and Jordan and the Wizards' 0-1-0-2 season got off to a slow start at 2-9. And Jordan,
That's Ty Lue right there, ain't it? I knew you. Yeah, okay, that's all I had to see. Y'all was garbage. No, I'm just playing. I'm off that with Ty Lue. I'm off that. I don't even know how Ty Lue was as a player. I just know AI stepping over him. Cause y'all be in the comments getting on my ass because I don't know nothing about him. I don't know his career average, nothing. Somebody let me know. Was Ty Lue decent or no? Was he decent? So these niggas was just sorry, bro. They just had big bald niggas everywhere, man. Who is that? Is that might be Jameson. So they basically like the Wizards today, is what I'm hearing from bro. They like 2024 Wizards. This Wizards right here.
Jordan and the Wizards,
But they don't have a Jordan. They the Wizards 2024 Wizards is this team without Jordan, so they even worse, you know.
0-1-0-2 season got off to a slow start at 2-9, but they began to figure things out and went on a 9-game winning streak to improve their record to 14-12.
Okay.
Just 2 games later, Jordan had his worst performance of his return, shooting 2 for 10 from the field, finishing with only 6 points and losing by 27 points to the Indiana Pacers.
Damn.
Jordan was ice cold that entire game, and due to that, Michael's coach Doug Collins played Jordan in a reduced role, finishing the performance with only 25 minutes played. Jordan's 6-point game meant that his all-time great streak of 866 games with at least 10 points had come to an end. This poor performance and reduced minutes led Jordan to question his coach's faith in his abilities.
You know, that bus is lonely as a coach when you're sitting there after you've got your head handed to you. So I was sitting on the bus, and actually Michael had hired me. He was the part owner and president GM, hired me to be the coach, and then he came back to play. I'll never forget this moment ever as a coach. That this to me was greatness. He got on the bus and he said, "Scoot over." And he looked at me and he said, "Do you think I can still play?" And I said, "Absolutely. That's why I'm here, to be here to help you." He said, "You know, to be my coach, you have to believe in me and believe I can still play." And I said, "Michael, I believe in you." We play the New Jersey Nets the next night. And Michael scores the first 3 times he has the ball. Byron Scott takes a timeout. And Michael comes over and he says, "I want the ball right there the rest of the game, and don't take me out till I tell you."
Damn.
So that's fine by me. So with 2 minutes to go in the game, he gives me the sign like, "That's enough." I take him out of the game. He walks over to the bench. I said, Michael, what happened tonight? He said, well, the guy who was guarding me was told me his back was hurting. Don't ever tell me you got a problem. He said, I'll make you pay for that. 51 points later. 51 points at age 41. He came back the next game with 46. And he looked at me and he said, I told you I could still play.
Yeah.
Jordan responded in the following game the way a champion responds. He proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that he could still play in this league. Jordan was torching the Charlotte Hornets, playing like a man possessed. He scored 51 points on 55% shooting, adding 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Jordan continued his dominance into the following game, scoring an efficient 45 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists on an extremely talented New Jersey Nets team that went on to the NBA Finals that season. With these remarkable performances, Jordan became the only player in NBA history to score 50 points in a game in 3 different decades. No other player in NBA history has even done 40 points in a game in 3 different decades. Less than a month later, he had another back-to-back 40-point games, including a game-winning buzzer beater over the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Wizards started the season with a 26-21 record, and on the 47th game, Jordan collided with a teammate and tore his meniscus. He tried to play through the pain and on reduced minutes, but after another 14 games, he had arthroscopic knee surgery to repair the knee.
Bro, this is crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He ran into a teammate, tore his meniscus, and got up and started running down the court. Nigga, I would need a wheelchair, bro. Call the paramedics, my nigga. I'm finished for the season. The fuck? This nigga trying to get up and finish the play. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm done. What the fuck? Like, this nigga's a trooper, bro. And this the old man. So you know his whole body already hurt. And he's still playing through the like you just don't find guys like this no more, bro. The toughness is everything about Jordan was like one of a kind. Like just his toughness. They don't want to play through the shit he played through. Niggas don't want to do that, bro. He just different.
And his season was over.
Not to mention that all them 40-point games is insane. Like, I didn't know he was coming back-to-back 40 and shit.
Before Jordan's injury occurred, Jordan was averaging 25.1 points per game, 6.2 assists, 5.3 rebounds, and 1.5 steals per game. It's unfortunate that we didn't get to see a healthy Jordan make it through the season, because the reality was, he was getting better as the season progressed and as he got back into basketball shape. In his last 20 games leading up to his injury, Jordan was averaging 27.5 points per game, 6.4 assists, 5.2 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game on 44% shooting. In his last 10 games leading up to the injury, Jordan was averaging 29.7 points, 6.6 assists, 6.1 rebounds, 1.2 steals on 47% shooting.
Like, bro, do you see he averaging that as an old man? This is crazy. He's still averaging 30 a game, and he old as fuck. Boy, if that injury would have never happened, that average would have kept going up. It would have kept going like this. It would have kept going like this. Oh my lord, bro, this nigga is an elite. He might be in a tier of his own when it comes to scoring, bro.
Also, before Jordan's injury, the Wizards were on a 47-win pace and were well in the playoff hunt. Up to that point, no team in NBA history had ever been a sub-20 win team and gone on to have a winning record the following season. Jordan had the Wizards well on their way up until the meniscus happened. Something else to consider is that the Wizards' second option, Richard Hamilton, missed 5 weeks of their 26-21 stretch due to Hamilton's groin injury. After Hamilton healed and returned to the floor, the Wizards went on a remarkable 15-1 streak while they had both Jordan and Hamilton healthy on the floor. When you add all of this up, you begin to realize that not only did Jordan take one of the worst teams in the league and make them competitive, But had it not been for his knee injury, the Wizards would have had a legitimate shot at the first seed in the Eastern Conference. Not only was MJ getting better offensively as the season went on, but his defensive impact was getting better as well. Remember how the 2001 Wizards had the second worst defense in the league in terms of opponents' points per game?
Right.
Jordan was the Wizards' only significant addition to their 2002 season, and at the time the knee injury had occurred, he had improved the Wizards to the 6th best defense in opponents' points per game, allowing only 92.2 points. In Jordan's last 35 games leading up to the injury,
Hey, that's one thing, bro, that like y'all like you will know if you ever played against an old head at the you know what I mean at the gym, just getting some runs in. A ball old head, bro, the best defense e- ever. You know what I mean? Like they play the best defense you will ever experience in your life. You can't get by them. They strong as fuck, and they don't get tired. So I'm already knowing Jordan probably came to the practice facility. Nigga just came out there fouling. You know what I mean? He was out there in practice, and he was probably hacking, bro. And they just got the hacking, and then their defense got good, bro. I'm trying to taste the old head, bro. I'm trying to go play with an old head at the gym, bro. A bald one, and he gotta be bald, or it don't work. You play with a bald old head, you get +10 on all your defensive stats. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
the Wizards were allowing only 90 points per game, on pace to have them ranked 3rd overall
They just
defensively
wanted
in
more.
the entire NBA.
Feel me?
In the 15-1 stretch that Jordan and Hamilton were both actually healthy and on the floor together, the Wizards were allowing just 86.3 points per game, which was by far the best defense in the entire league. The Miami Heat finished as the number 1 defense that season, allowing a higher 88.7 points per game. If Jordan and Hamilton had been able to remain healthy for the duration of the 2002 season, they may have finished with the best defense in the entire NBA. With Jordan being the only significant addition to the Wizards roster between the 01-02 season, the Wizards roster improved 16 wins. Outside of Jordan, the 2002 Wizards' only additions were 5 bench players, who each played few minutes. Tyronn Lue played 20 minutes per game, rookie Kwame Brown played 14, rookie Brendan Haywood played 13, rookie Etan Thomas Kwame Brown played 14, rookie...
What the fuck is he doing with the ball right here? Please don't tell me he at the free throw line. I swear, if y'all tell me he at the free throw line, I'm cool. Like, I'm so cool if y'all tell. This is why is he holding it? What is he looking? He not even looking at. Look at his. Oh my god, this nigga is tripping, bro. Bro, gang. Why are you holding the ball like that? Why is he holding the ball like that before I get mad, bro? Somebody get in the comments and tell me why he holding the ball like that before I get mad. He not finna shoot that bitch, is he? Is he shooting that? Is he? Yeah, the Wizards had no shot. This nigga was on the squad. Man, get in the fuck out of here, man. What the fuck is we doing, bro?
Rookie Brendan Haywood played 13,
Man, you
rookie
pissed
Etan
me
Thomas
off.
played 13, and rookie Bobby Simmons played 11. Again, the addition of Jordan was the only significant addition, and the team was transformed defensively and won almost twice as many games as the year before. Jordan was still dealing with injuries heading into the following season, and because of this, Jordan started the first 15 games of the 2002-2003 season coming off of the bench. In his second season in Washington, Jordan was the only Wizard to play all 82 games, and he was 40 years old. He also became the only 40-year-old in NBA history to score over 40 points in a game, which he did several times that season. He also became the oldest player in NBA history to average at least 20 points per game. Despite the best efforts of a 40-year-old legend, the Wizards still fell short of the Eastern Conference playoffs. So let's take a look at some of Jordan's numbers with the Wizards in comparison to last year's numbers from some of today's modern NBA stars. As you can see, in many of these cases, Jordan's numbers were just as good, if not better, than a lot of today's modern NBA stars. Also consider the fact that we're comparing the numbers of an injury-laden 40-year-old player to young, healthy players in the prime of their careers. When you look at it that way, you begin to realize just how impressive Jordan's Wizards seasons actually were. Now let's take a moment.
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's insane. Like he getting the same numbers as people, guys, 28, 22, and that's closer to modern day NBA. So like, modern day, all the stats is boosted from the 90s, you feel me? The pace is higher and they score way more points. So them players, they stats should be even more boosted, but Jordan got the same numbers as them in the early 2000s. Like, what? That's crazy, bro. That's how you know he would average like at least 40 a game, bro, in 2024.
Moment to compare Jordan's
I'm not gonna
seasons to
lie.
other legends when they played as a 38 or 39-year-old. As you can see,
Not even
these
close.
numbers aren't even close to Jordan's level of production at the same age. Jordan was just on another level completely, performing at a level that the league had never seen before or since at that age. So now that we've just thoroughly examined Jordan's production and how he impacted one of the worst teams in the NBA by joining them, let's pause for a moment to consider what may have happened if he spent those comeback years on an actual contender instead of a lottery team.
Let's talk about
If he had
it.
played for a contender, he likely would have been able to preserve his health and minutes for the playoffs. What if he had joined his old running mate Scottie Pippen on a loaded and contending Blazers team? What if he returned to Phil Jackson to play alongside Shaq and Kobe on the dynamic Lakers? Are we potentially looking at an even greater 8-0 finals record for Michael Jordan?
I'm not gonna lie. If he would have got on the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe, they dead ass would have won like 6 rings in a row, bro. like, like, what do you do? Yeah, Jordan probably would have retired. He wouldn't have retired till he was 44 and shit. Like, it would have been crazy.
I know many people these days, especially the younger crowd, like to discredit Jordan's legacy because of the perceived lack of athletic competition Jordan had during the 1980s and 90s relative to today's basketball. But before you jump on that bandwagon, I want you to consider this. In the early 2000s, Jordan was, in terms of impact and statistically, one of the best players in the NBA as a 38 to 40-year-old, and he did all of that production while being way past his prime athletically, dealing with numerous injuries, all while being guarded by greats like Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady, night in and night out, who were all in their early 20s. Does that sound like athletic competition to you? Does that sound like a prime Jordan would have been the best regardless of the era you place him in?
Oh my God.
That is certainly what it sounds like to me.
Hey man, that's the end of the video, man. If you like this video, drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, get down in the comments, let me know your thoughts and concerns. You feel me? Tell me something you found out about this video. If you watched it more than once, what's something you noticed that you ain't see the first time? Let me know something. Get down in the comments, talk to me, bro. Uh yeah, bro. Him on the Wizards, he was not even bad. You feel me? He just had a bad team around him. A bad team around you can make you look bad. You feel me? Because ain't nothing going good. So everybody just don't look good. But nah, man. I ain't know you learn something new every day, bro. I ain't know Wizard Jordan was really like that. He doing the same shit Brian doing right now. You feel me? But even better, Brian ain't dropping 40s and 50s. He ain't doing that shit. You feel me? And nah, man, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed. Drop a like. Keep dropping. Keep liking this Jordan content up, man. We gonna keep going with it. It's been your boy Teeski, and I'm out.